Hey everybody, welcome back to Check the Gate, a Film Lovers Deep Dive. I'm Bert, and now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho. As always, I'm joined here with Brandon.
Yippee-ki-yay.
And our very own Al Powell out there on the radio. Michael holding it down on the ones and twos.
Love that.
Do you know the ingredients of how to make a Twinkie? No.
No.
You should now, because they say exactly how to make one in this movie. The one thing I didn't write down. Today we are doing the 1988 film Die Hard, about a New York City cop named John McClane tries to save his estranged wife and several others taken hostage by terrorists during a Christmas Eve party.
Ooh.
Very important film in my upbringing, I would say. Just like this movie and Christmas Vacation, it's like now tis the season.
Yes, sir.
I know this is obviously more of a Christmas adjacent movie, rather than like an actual roundabout Christmas film. But boy, does it give me that holly jolly feeling. Like it's not Christmas until Hans Gruber is plummeting to his death from Nakatomi Plaza. Like,
so true.
I mean, shit. I'm like, it's one of those movies where obviously because it is Christmas adjacent, it's kind of like I can watch it all year, but it doesn't feel right until like right around this time that we're in now, where it's like now. I'd say it's getting colder. We had a cold snap. Now it's back up to the 80s here in Texas, but so it does feel a little strange. I guess it makes more sense because now we're having an LA Christmas where.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's Christmas in California.
Yeah,
so.
The only way we know it's Christmas is because there's a Christmas tree in the lobby.
No, there's Christmas music playing the entire time.
Yeah. Also true. I mean, the fun punctuation mark on just like all the havoc that has happened in this movie, and then they just get in the limo while like the 1950s version of Let It Snow is playing. I'm just like,
it's Christmas.
Man, if this is Christmas, I want to see what y'all do about New Year's. But obviously, love this movie. I grew up. AMC would play this movie and have like the little pop-up bubbles, just being like, "Here, this is probably like the first movie like I knew any sort of fun facts about," just because like watching it on like the not quite. What did like pop-up video kind of thing?
Yeah.
They did like a pop-up video for this movie. And it's just like, did you know that Ode to Joy is played in this movie this many times? And it's constantly referenced, obviously as Hans Gruber is whistling this in the elevator as he's taking Mr. Takagi to his office. And then that's the song that plays at the very end when the vault opens, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Brandon, what's your history with this film?
I do love this movie. I try to watch it during the holiday season, but it's been a while since I've seen it, to be honest, a couple years, but damn, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
I feel like one of the best experiences I had, like before we left Boise, I think it was like the Christmas before we left Boise, they showed it at the Egyptian Theater.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it was a blast. And it was just like one of those movie parties where people were, they welcome people yelling out lines. It's like not one of those where like you're annoyed that people are talking. It's just everybody's having a blast watching like one of the greatest action films of all time. In my opinion. I do know there are people out here.
Plus you're watching it with a lot of diehards.
Exactly. Oh. Pun intended. It's a blast. It's so quotable. I say welcome to the party, pal, probably 3 times a month.
So do I. Anytime somebody joins a conversation late or anything,
party, pal.
I always say it. Yep.
Yeah. Michael, what is your history with this film? I feel like I was with you the first time you saw this movie.
I was going to say, sadly, I never really cared for this movie. It is action-packed, and I do like Alan Rickman's kind of character in it. Fucking nails it.
Yes.
His first film role, by the way.
Really?
Yes.
I really love Alan Rickman. He spent the entire
film thinking he was going to get fired.
Oh, so he was just like, all right, this is it. I'm swinging for the fences, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, before I watched it on Thursday, the last time I watched it was 8 years ago at Travis's house with you.
Yeah, that was on my birthday. We did a Bruce Willis marathon.
Yep.
Which was really just we watched 5 Die Hard movies.
Yeah.
And Armageddon.
I remember that because I had to leave afterwards to go feed my mom's dog and then meet up with my now wife. And you guys were like, "Oh, Michael's leaving." I was like, if only you knew. I was there to,
Well, to be fair, it was the first time you'd come over for movie marathon. And usually when there's like a new person who doesn't, like, we've had other people on the crew that would come over and not realize that we really are just locking in for 11 hours of watching movies. And then just like drinking and like yelling monkey shines at the picture show, just like having our own little Mystery Science Theater. So like there have been times where like after 2 movies, people would just like kind of peel off and just being like one time we had a guy literally fake a phone call being like, "Oh my God, I didn't remember. Oh, I'll be right there." And just like, brother, just say you're leaving.
Yeah. I think I stayed for a couple of
You
them.
were there. You were there. You left it at 7:00. I remember.
Oh, shit. Wow.
I remember.
Pull up the time card, I guess. Yeah. Shit.
Well, because you said you had to be home to feed the pets at a certain
Yeah, my
time,
mom was out of town, and then I was going to dinner with my girlfriend at the time, now my wife.
Yeah.
I told them about that Thursday. She was like, "Tell him that, you were."
It all started with Die Hard.
Yeah, it all started with Die Hard. I was prepping. Yeah, we've been dating like 2 months at a time, but anyways, yeah, last time I watched it was with you. So
Started out with a kiss. So did end up like this.
yeah, no kidding.
But like you said, not a huge fan. I mean, obviously, you said you've only seen it really twice, but like,
Yeah, I mean,
you're not hurting my feelings, but
I mean, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. No, I think like the action in it's good. I think, well, I guess let's bring it up a notch. Not that I don't not care for this movie. I'm just like, yeah,
sure,
all right. Yeah. But it does have some notable like features, and the action's cool, the story's good, and then Alan Rickman, because I really like Alan Rickman. So
yeah, I work with an individual who thinks this is the most overrated film of all time, and like it takes every inch of my body just not to just be like I can't respond to that. Like,
I think it's rated where it should be. I mean, you know what you're getting into. Yeah. So I wouldn't go that far. So I too agree with you.
To the point, I love this movie so much where I even like am like the sequels are you either really like them or you don't like them. I know that 2 and 3 people like kind of hold near and dear, where like 4 and 5 people absolutely hate. I will argue that the 5th one is the only bad movie in the franchise. Like truly terrible. Like right in Bruce Willis's Red Box era. Like if it wasn't a Die Hard movie, it would have gone to Red Box, but because it had, I can't even remember the title. It's not Live Free and Die Hard. That's the 4th one.
With Vengeance.
That's the 3rd one with Sam Jackson, where he's in New York. The 2nd one also takes place at Christmas, and it's in an airport. And Bonnie Bedelia at the very end even makes the comment, "Why does this keep happening to us?" Like,
well, here's my question for you as someone that like really likes this movie and the series. But like, when I think of this movie, I just think of the first one, and I'm just like, what do you think that they should have made all the extra sequels, or like, what's your opinion on that?
If I'm being honest, I should say I only own 4, because that's how much I think the 5th one is actually bad. That it's like it's hurting my completism not having it there, but at the same time I'm like, I also have to stand on principle.
Yeah.
I don't mind the sequels. I think 2 and 3, mainly because they were kind of filmed, within like that 10-year span. It just, to me, it's like a great trilogy. That being said,
I honestly haven't seen the other ones enough times to even make an opinion, to be, frank about it. Like, I think this is the only movie that I've consistently watched.
Yeah. Which is what I was about to say is like, that being said, when I finish the first one, do I feel the need to put the second one in? Literally never.
Yeah.
I think I've seen, I own the trilogy box set, and it comes with the Yippee-Ki-Yay special feature disc that has just like how they made all 3 movies, like all that kind of fun stuff, like special feature nonsense, that I'm really buying the 3-pack so I can get the special features, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like this first one is so great on its own. If they never made a sequel, it's fine. The sequels also don't bother me. It's like the one franchise where I'm like, one and done, I'm good. Do I own them? Well, if I want to watch them, do I want to see John McClane stab a guy in the eye with an icicle? I can if I want to. But will I? Probably not.
Probably not.
But so yeah. Anyhow,
Nice.
Did you guys ever play any of the video games? Because I loved the video games.
I didn't know. I'm learning right now that there are video games.
Yeah.
Or like a PlayStation game or something?
Yeah, PlayStation. The original PlayStation came out with like Die Hard Trilogy, I think it was.
Oh.
And then there was a like standalone arcade game. I was obsessed with the arcade game growing up.
How many cigarettes can you smoke while playing the PlayStation game? Oh, these are very bad for you.
Or is it like a resource, you know, like you're playing Pokemon, you gotta find them, be like, oh, and, you know, stock up on the cigarette
That's
reserve.
how you regain your health.
Yeah, your health.
Oh, I only have 2 cigarettes left, I better take it easy, you know?
I gotta share with Bill Clay over here for a second. Clay. Bill Clay. If that's not how you regain your health, they really should rethink that whole game. You just killed another terrorist and he's carrying 5 cigarettes. Okay, good. I have that if I need
Stocked up.
But no, to answer your question, never played any of the games. Didn't know there was any. I'm assuming they're just kind of like those 8-bit, like the first Grand Theft Auto was.
Yep.
Interesting. Is there a point where you had to jump off a roof connected to a fire hose and hoping to swing it in so you can land 5 stories below?
I don't remember that part, but I remember like you have to run through the tower and stuff like that, and you're like running through glass, like a hallway of glass walls and stuff. It was, I don't know. It's been a while. I'll have to go try to find him.
You should. See, we'll go to every single pawn shop until you find it.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the classic 1988 PlayStation game of Die Hard. You wouldn't happen to have that behind the desk there, big man, would you? Hey, listen, man. What you see is what we got.
You're like, don't play games with me there, buddy. I know you got something in the back.
I know you got him back there. Hey, I got a drill. I know you got 7 locks behind that vault right there. We got the dude from Walker, Texas Ranger who's just dying to break in through your vault.
So we can do this the easy way or the hard way.
I don't know. You're just going to have to kill me, man.
Yeah, pull a gun on him. See what happens.
We'll do the hard way. Brandon shoots the guy in the head. Suddenly he's in a suit. Finely coiffed beard. He's like, the hard way then. Anyway, like I said, it's a 1988 film. We didn't do this last time, so I feel like we need to do it this time for sure.
Yeah.
Top 3 films in 1988. Number 3, Coming to America. Number 2, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, a film we've done on this podcast. And number 1, Rain Man. This Die Hard is the 10th highest grossing film of 1988. A ticket cost in 1988, $4.11, which is equivalent to $11.13 our money. The budget for the film was anywhere between $25 to $35 million, which is equivalent to anywhere between $67.7 to $94.7 million. The box office came in at $141.5 million, which is equivalent to $383.1 million our money. This film was also nominated for 4 Academy Awards, but it lost all 4. All technical awards, if you could believe it. And honestly, a lot of these sound exactly the same. It lost Best Visual Effects, Best Sound Effects Editing, Best Sound, and also Best Film Editing. I will say, I texted y'all this yesterday. As much as I love this movie, I was really trying my best not to take as many notes. But I forgot how much This is something that I've always said about this movie is like this is like one of those. If we're grading it under a microscope, maybe it's not a perfect script, but everything that gets brought up in this movie ends up,
coming back around.
Coming back, yes, not fixing itself like I was trying to say, but like coming back around. We introduce the first 30 minutes of this movie is so top heavy. It reminded me of the first episode we did on this version of the podcast, Back to the Future, where like the first 30 minutes are so wordy that it's just like we're letting you know we're in Hill Valley, save the clock tower. Why do I care about the clock tower? Oh, I got to have the paper on me so when I go back in time, it's like they're setting up so much stuff that when the movie is finally when Hans Gruber fires that first shot in the lobby and the movie is off to the races, everything, we know what the stakes are, we know what's important. Like even just since we're now getting into the movie, the first thing is him landing on the plane. He's white knuckling the seat, and the guy next to him is like, "Hey, you want to survive air travel? Take your shoes and your socks off," kind of thing. All of that is just to get him barefoot running around. So we get him just looking. John McClane he's not like a normal superhero 80s action hero. He is a flawed, clumsy individual.
Who doesn't know a thing about rationing his ammo, apparently, because that's just...
until the end. I have 2 bullets left.
Yeah, that killed me. I'm like, just spray and pray, baby.
I mean, to be fair, the German terrorists are probably just as bad.
They are, all of them. It's the 80s. Ammo's unlimited.
If we have 12 terrorists in there, surely one of us can hit them. I'm the fly in the ointment, Hans. What can I say? All of this preamble just to get him out of his shoes, so that way when the scene happens where we get that nasty him cleaning the glass out of his feet, you're just like, motherfucker, shouldn't have taken your goddamn shoes off.
Shouldn't have taken them off.
He would have had anybody else sitting next to him. He would have had shoes on this entire time. Also, him getting up because they land and taking his giant stuffed bear out, and he's got first of all, he's packing heat on the plane. I'm like, tell me how I know this movie was made before 9/11. The guy's got a gun on the plane. And he goes, "Don't worry, I'm a cop." Oh, okay.
That and
stranger, I'll take your word for it.
The cocaine Christmas party.
Ellis, Hans, Booby, I'm your white knight.
you missed the spot.
Well, the best is like Takagi being like, "This is John McClane, Holly's wife, a husband. He's a cop."
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I was just making a call. The only 3 people you need to know at this Christmas party is Holly, Ellis, coked out Ellis, the White Knight himself, and Mr. Takagi. Everyone else is just kind of set dressing. We need hostage 1 through 12. Here we go. The one pregnant lady that has 2 lines in this movie. John lands in L.A. He doesn't seem to know what he's doing. He sees our man Argyle holding a sign looking for a Jay McClane. He's the limo driver. John didn't know. Hey, I've never ridden a limo before. Don't worry, it's my first day. I really don't know how to drive you around either. Bruce Willis decides he's going to opt for sitting in the front. And he's like, "You sure you don't want to sit back there? Man, we got everything back there. Man, we got liquor. We got all this stuff." He's like, "You want some hotties? We can call some hotties and drive around." He goes, "Unless you're married." He goes, "Yeah, Kyle, I am married." Kind of thing. So what are you doing out here? "Oh, she took a job and took the kids to L.A. You didn't go with her?" He goes, "What can I say, Argyle? You're very fast. You're very fast." He goes, "Oh, I see what happened." And he makes the comment. He's like, "You thought she was going to fail out here and she was going to come crawling back." And he goes, "Like I said, you're very fast." Letting us know that he's honestly multiple times in the airport. He's like checking gals out.
Oh yeah.
At the airport.
I love his little comments about California. That cracks me up.
"Come out to the coast, get together, have a few laughs."
When that one chick runs past him in the airport in yoga pants, and he's just like,
Yeah, almost like very Snow Bunny-esque. Like she's got like the big furry hat, but like it's still wearing yoga pants. It's like, California. Or him just being like a scummy human is just like every time he runs past the Playboy, he's like, "Oh man, hey gals," just kind of like
He like high fives him.
gently touches the Playboy. Okay, back to business. Argyle drops him off at Nakatomi Plaza. Absolutely iconic.
Iconic.
By the way, this is just the Fox headquarters in LA.
Yeah.
I don't know how this works, but in my special feature, Yippee-ki-yay special features, it was like, oh yeah, Fox charged themselves rent. I was like, how does that even work? You just you put it on the card and it just goes directly back into your account? How do you charge yourself rent, Brandon?
I don't know.
You're the accountant. You tell me. You're not.
I'm not.
Beautiful Nakatomi Plaza. He gets out of the limo. Argyle says, "Hey, what are your plans?" And he goes, "Honestly, I really don't know. It's either going to work out." There's like this thing of like, we know he's coming, but Holly's also doesn't know if he is coming at the same time. Last I spoke, you were coming, but he hasn't called home. Is he coming to surprise the kids? Does she know? Well, if he does come, we'll have the guest's bedroom set up just in case, kind of thing. You know, we get that great shot of Holly in her office on the phone with her housekeeper, just being like, "Hey, just in case Mr. McClane does end up staying, why don't we, make up the guest room?" We get that great shot of like the camera panning over, letting us know that she has a family, she has kids, and then we see like the family photo of John there that obviously comes into play later. Argyle says, I'll tell you what, you call the limo car. If you're good to go with your wife, I'll have your bags brought up to the desk. If not, give me a call regardless, and we'll get you a hotel. So, "You're all right, Argyle, you're all right." Argyle goes and just posts up in the garage, which will be his fate for the entire film. He's just like having his own movie in the garage of...
He's just living life, dude. Just drinking, talking on the phone,
hanging out with that stuffed doll. Just like...
My favorite part though is at the beginning when he's like, "This limo's got it all. It's got like, it's like TV or CD, CB, TV," and then he inserts a tape.
Yeah, and just a cassette deck. "You don't got any Christmas music, Argyle?" "Man, this is Christmas music." It's like Public Enemy. It's like one Christmas song. We get a nice fancy lobby. I don't understand why he has to go to the front desk, and the front desk guy says, "You need to check in. Who are you here to see?" And he goes, "Oh, Holly Gennaro." And he goes, "Oh, use this computer it'll tell you where she is." And he goes, "Okay, Holly McClane, no name." God damn it, she used her maiden name, didn't she? Holly Gennaro. And he goes, "Oh yeah, the Christmas party. That's where everyone's at."
Yeah, and they just take the elevator and get off when you hear all the noise. Like, yeah, is he gonna stop the elevator himself? Like,
it always made me chuckle that the front desk guy is like, "You need to use this to figure out who you're here to see." "Oh yeah, she's on the 30th floor with everybody."
Yeah,
everybody's on the brother. Just tell me that. Obviously, the whole machine, the whole purpose of that scene is to let us know that she's using a different last name, but it always still feels very silly that he had to just be like, oh, Holly Gennaro, you should have said something." "I did. She's at the Christmas party with everybody else."
Well, yeah, I mean, he's not a very good security guy, and he earns his fate.
Yeah, I mean, he we're almost a wrap on front desk guy. We got a nice, beautiful, lavish party, an insane, huge Christmas tree in the middle of the lobby. We got classical music being played. They're serving terrible party drinks. John takes one. "Ah, what the fuck is this?" Just puts it back on the tray. He meets Mr. Takagi, to which he says, "Let me take you to Holly's office," where we walk in and we see Ellis doing a line of coke, just hanging out. And obviously, he has a liking to Holly. Like, that's the whole point. Like, even John even points out, he's got his eye on you, Holly.
Tell him about the watch.
The Rolex.
I'll see it later.
Christmas party's doubling as more of like a big celebration. You know, we got this big deal we closed down. Thanks to Holly, of course. Show him the watch. But he's just like a stupid, doofy business moron who's obviously, you know, just, I'm sure we know a few people that are exactly like this. Whether they're doing coke on a desk or not is one thing. But John asks Holly, hey, is there a place I can go wash up? While this is happening, we see the big box truck going down into the parking garage. While a little bit of like a... By the way, John McTiernan, who directed this film, also did like Predator. Like, he's on like an insane hot streak right now of just like awesome action films. It's so funny because there's moments in this movie where the score that is in this movie, he also directed... there's another...
The Hunt for Red October.
Yes. Where it's like that Ode to Joy is also played majorly in that movie, too. Where it's just like the whole time the score sounds exactly the same to it. But he's building up that tension of like the very ominous Ode to Joy is playing as that truck is getting brought in. Holly invites John, hey, where are you staying while you're here? He's like, you know, I got a cop friend who lives out in Pomona. She scoffs at the idea of him driving out to Pomona. I meant to look up how far Pomona is from downtown LA. I did not.
Ramona.
Not. Is it Ramona? I thought it was Pomona.
He says Ramona.
Oh, gotcha.
And she's like, you mean Pomoa?
Yeah, what the fuck? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, same thing.
Well, you'll be in the car the whole time, John. Why don't you just stay at my house? The kids would love to have you. You know, I'd like that a lot. I just got to get my watch back. No, it's a different movie. John doing John things. Hey, you're staying with your ex-wife, or I guess still wife, and your kids. Great. Spending time Christmas, only for them to him bring up the fact that she has a different last name, which, by the way, is not in the script. John McTiernan said, just have a awkward couple fight. So, like, the whole thing of him bringing up the last name and her arguing is like, it's a Japanese-led company. You know, if I have your last name, but there's no husband here, it looks bad, kind of thing. But goddamn it, Holly, we are married. Like, so he's just literally just shooting himself in the foot after already getting in.
Yeah.
Like, we could have had this conversation after Christmas. This is the most happiest time of the year, guy.
Exactly.
They start fighting. Unfortunately, you know, the pregnant gal kind of pokes her head and she goes, Holly, you know, Mr. Takagi needs you. Got to address the troops for making a speech. So she says, obviously, I have to go. Down in the parking garage, it's funny, we see the box truck open and we see all the goons come out. Is there anything else in that box truck you see in there? Just looks pretty empty, right?
Yeah.
Not like an ambulance pulls out of it at the end of the movie. An ambulance that isn't in the box truck.
I don't recall seeing it when they first opened up the back.
Exactly. It's because it's not in there. So when you see Walker, Texas Ranger sneak into the back of the truck and pull an ambulance out, you're like, what the hey?
Where was that?
How did that get in there? The incomparable Alan Rickman comes out. Like I already said, first film, just like, it's so funny, like watching all this stuff, just him just being like, I was so scared this was my first film. I guess a lot of the crew were like making comments that every time like gun is fired, he like flinches, like closes his eyes. This is one of the reasons why he thought he was constantly going to get fired. So he was just kind of like laying it all out there. Like he still has a very quiet, chill performance because like he's playing a character who's also playing a character. So like obviously when the jig is up, he gets a bit more frantic. But like the whole time he's like putting on this air of just like, I'm a cold, calculated individual. Like even when, you know, he's looking for Mr. Takagi and he's like doing that threat. And he's like, you were born at this time. Your family immigrated here. And then once finally Takagi's like, it's me, relax.
Enough.
And he's just like,
yeah.
His entire demeanor changes. Oh, how do you do? Like shakes his hand and all that stuff. Walker, Texas Ranger and the guy, we find out his name is Carl, go to the front desk, and instead of looking on the computer for who they need to look for, they just cap the dude in the head. Easy peasy. Walker, Texas Ranger, is our computer nerd. He's going to hack the mainframe, get everything going. All cameras in. He locks out all the elevators, closes all the garage doors. Obviously we keep cutting to Argyle just jamming out in the limo as like garage doors are closing behind him. And then a terrorist who is not Huey Lewis but looks exactly like Huey Lewis sits behind the front desk. He's now going to be their eyes man. They all hop into the one working elevator and head up to the top floor. We see John McClane hanging out in that office. He's washed up and everything. We see his shoes and his socks are, next to him, and he's making the little fist with his toes. And he goes, "Some bitch, it actually works." Like, fist with your toes, fist with your toes. Suddenly we hear gunfire. People are screaming. What the fuck? We got people getting pulled out of offices, getting put in the main lobby. He's able to actually sneak out into the stairwell and runs up several flights of stairs to what seems to be an unfinished room. Which by the way, truly, they were building this as Fox's headquarters. They weren't filming actually in the tower, but the majority of they made sets that matched what the building actually looked like on the inside. So like that, they truly were. It was an unfinished building that they were kind of shooting in. Rickman, once he finally locates Mr. Takagi, takes him to his office, sits him down, says, "Listen, all I need is these codes. You get these codes, opens up your vault. We're good to go. Everything's fine." Mr. Takagi makes a comment. He's like, "I don't have these codes at all. I don't know what you're talking about." Like, Rickman gets a little annoyed because Walker, Texas Ranger, and Carl are like, "I told you, he's not going to do it." It's like, there's still time. There's still time. And he's like, Rickman kind of just like, he has like that annoyed face. Like, he rolls his eyes a bunch in this movie. And like the whole time he's like, "Mr. Potter, just
Mr. Potter,
not doing Hogwarts approved magic, Mr. Potter." Takagi says, "Listen, I don't have the codes. By the time you contact Japan and get the codes, they're already going to have the codes changed. My hands are tied. You're just going to have to kill me." And Rickman says, "Okie dokie." Pulls his gun out, shoots him in the head. John, who is right outside the office, freaks the fuck out, makes a noise right as like Carl is handing like a $20 bill over to Texas Ranger, and he goes, "Thank you." They go out looking for John, who's actually been able to escape. Rickman makes the comment to Texas Ranger, "You're able to break the codes, right?" And he goes, "Well, you didn't just bring me around for my charming personality, did you?" Cracks that little wicked smile. John goes, pulls the fire alarm, hoping that it will then send the fire department out to come look for him. We get that great scene of like, Rickman's just like, calls down to not Huey Lewis downstairs. He goes, "Just like call them, tell them it was fake, give the building code and the fire code. Everything will be fine." We see John on the top floor. The fire trucks are rolling down the street. He's like, come on. I'm going to kiss your fucking Dalmatian when you get here. Get your asses out here. Only for like the lights to turn off. No.
Yeah, they all like peel off and turn in.
Just flip a bitch and just go back the other way. And he's, by the way, the man whose look I'm taking over right now, I always thought that the gray sweatpants and gray crew neck was just the silliest look of all time. He's just like a casual terrorist who's just like, I don't know, I got done with the gym, so now he's like wearing like the Rocky.
Yeah, he's got jogging
on. Gear.
Tight joggers.
Yes, he knows he's on that floor, and he makes the comment. He's like, "I know there's somebody here," and he's like, "Come on out. I promise I won't hurt you." Like right as he like cocks his machine gun,
He shoots the floor up. It's just like 50 shots right into the floor.
John jumps on behind him. They wrestle for a little bit. Falls backwards down a flight of stairs, snapping that dude's neck. John starts going through the dead man's bag. He finds a walkie, a lighter, his wallet that has his ID in it. We find out later that he said it's like a very, very good fake ID. These guys are well financed. He tries on the shoes. Like, obviously, okay, I need some shoes. I love the comment, 9 million terrorists in the world, and I kill one with feet smaller than my sister.
Yeah. He even had the shoe on, so he should have just rolled with it.
It could have been worse. Hey, I don't know, man. I wear a size 16 and a half. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need that Cinderella feel, you know? This isn't a DSW. He only has the one pair. I love that he, like, loads the body, like, onto the chair, and then we get, like, that there's, like, this mischief music that plays throughout this movie, like that ding, 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 ding. And, like, he cracks, like, this smile because he looks over and he sees, like, a Santa doll figurine with, like, Christmas lights and stuff, and he goes, guys, I gotta be cheeky.
It's Christmas.
He loads the guy up. I don't understand. Well, I guess, never mind. I just answered my own question before I even said it. He gets in the elevator, runs it for a second, then stops it. That way he can open the door. He wants to get on top of the elevator. So he's now sitting on top of the elevator, starts running the elevator again. It goes down to where the party's at on the 30th floor. Elevator dings. Right as we get like this really great speech from Rickman, just being like, all right, just letting all the hostages know, Mr. Takagi didn't want to play with, he wasn't working out, so he won't be joining us for the rest of his life. So we've thought this out. We left nothing else to chance. We are in charge. We know exactly what's going on at all times, only for the elevator to ding. The door opens, a woman turns around and sees a dead body and screams, and it's the dead terrorist in a chair with Christmas lights wrapped around him, a Santa hat on his head, and on his sweatshirt reads, as Alan Rickman reads it, now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho. I always liked how he threw away the last ho. Ho, ho, ho. John McClane is on top of the elevator listening to the whole thing. They're just dropping each other's names. Oh, that means we're down to 11 terrorists. Hans, what about Carl? What's Carl going on? Well, you tell. So John's up there with a marker writing on his name. He's like, okay, there's 11 guys left. We got Hans. Hans is the leader. Carl, I'm assuming we spell that with a K because he's German. They load up the elevator. Okay, we need to go to the roof because we need to start our second part of our plan, which we find out later is we are going to wire up the roof. Elevator goes all the way up to the top. John is able to get out through a service door, and that's when he passes the hallway and sees like that random Playboy calendar that's sitting there. He's like super intense. Oh, hey. He just kind of smiles at it and just
keeps... girls.
Rickman tells Carl, don't worry about John until the police call, because then they'll want to negotiate, and then we'll be wasting all the time we want. As of right now, just stick to the plan. Everything's going great. Holly mentions to Ellis, she was like, John's still alive. I can see how frustrated this guy, obviously we find out that Carl was the brother of the man he killed. She makes the comment, only John can make a man that angry. That's why I love him. Bruce Willis goes up to the roof and radios that a hostage situation is taking place at Nakatomi Plaza. Obviously the cops call team doesn't believe him because we just had a fire alarm that was called in for a hoax. They make the comment, this is for emergencies. He goes, yeah, no fucking shit. What am I sound like I'm ordering a pizza? Only for Carl to be up on the roof, opens fire at him. Starts playing the all right, we'll get one black and white on the scene just in case, something is happening. Only for us to meet Reginald VelJohnson. I always get the show confused he was on, because there's All in the Family, Family Day.
Mr. Winslow.
Yes, but what was the show?
Family Matters.
Family Matters, yeah. It's like All in the Family, Family Matters. There was like 3 shows that all had family in the name, and I never get them.
Yeah, Carl Winslow.
Yes, the patriarch of the Winslow family. Al himself buying 75 Twinkies at the gas station.
It's for my wife.
I thought you guys only like donuts.
She's pregnant.
Right, sure.
Right.
he gets the call, hey, we might have a possible, what did they say, like code 2 or something like that over at Nakatomi Plaza. He goes up and he looks at the tower because he's that close. I noticed that gas is 74 cents, guys.
I know. I said the same exact thing. I was like, 74 cents. Are you kidding me?
That's equivalent to $2 our money.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. That seems like a huge jump from 74 cents to $2, but and that's California gas.
Yeah, yeah.
John's still on the roof, but he's taking fire this whole time. I don't know why we're not seeing like gun flashes happen on the roof. I know we're far away, and we're also super high up. Like I'm not a scientist here to tell you like the loud sounds echoing out. But
the only thing is that they have a helipad on top of the roof with flashing lights, so you could mistake gunfire for the flashing lights of the helipad.
Yeah.
But
so there you go. He's being taken fire. He's down. The only way he can get out is he has to blast through the door. To Brandon's point, probably waste an entire clip blasting through this door. When it seemed like he got it on like the third shot,
yeah,
blowing the door handle off. He blasts through the door. It kind of takes him back into where he was. He has to like get through the giant fan that he has to like block the machine gun through. He essentially ends up back in the same hallway with the Playboy as he's running past. That's when he like touches it. Okay, I know where I am. Yeah. And this is when we get like a pretty iconic scene, mainly because it was an accident of him climbing down the elevator shaft with his, he looks down the shaft. He needs to get down. He wants to get down one floor. He uses his machine gun in the strap as a rope. The machine gun is wedged in there so he can climb down, and he's reaching for the vent. What is supposed to happen is the stuntman doing this reaches, grabs the vent, and uses that to pull himself into the vent. What actually happens is the stuntman slips. And that scene of him falling is an actual stuntman falling. They have a matte painting down there, so it looks like it goes on forever. He's about 12 feet in the air. So he falls 12 feet, but they use that and seamlessly add that in so it looks like he falls, and the vent he's going for, he doesn't reach, and he actually ends up down one even further. Obviously, the stuntman didn't catch it. He just kind of fell. And they added the scene of the strap breaking off the machine gun so it looked like... And again, it's really just throwing up how much of a clumsy fool John McClane is. He's always like 5 seconds away from actually dying. He's probably the most lucky action hero.
Yeah, none of it seems like super well thought out, even though he's taking like copious like notes on, or like
but he's still flying by the seat of his pants.
Yeah, because like at the beginning when he's like going through the floors, he's like, okay, 33 is computers, 34 is empty offices or under construction. So he's like taking all these mental notes, but like everything seems so clumsy. Like he's like, what are you doing?
Because at the end of the day, but then also it's like you also have a bunch of inept terrorists that like
very true.
With the guy standing on top of the table. You're at the table.
So
just
true.
Like, brother, what are you doing? I'm not rooting for you, but at the same time, what are you doing?
What are you doing? That's not smart.
He climbs into that vent, and he pulls the lighter out.
Oh, love that.
The great image. I actually tried buying... Did I tell you about this Christmas ornament that I bought?
No, but I've seen it, but
I bought it, and it's like a 10-pound metal box with somebody took a Polaroid and put it in there. It's like the biggest ripoff. It's like the one time I was just like, oh, I got, didn't I? That was way too heavy for even the tree.
Yeah, I've seen them, and I always thought they were super cool. Like,
don't get them. The what I do want, off topic, on topic. They make a Christmas tree topper of Nakatomi Plaza.
Ooh,
with the top billowing with fire and like a little McClane jumping off. That is what I'm looking for next.
Nice.
I'll have to find it and I'll send a picture to you.
Yeah, send me a link.
Yeah. Anywho, he's in the vent and the iconic line, "Come out of the ghost, we'll get together, have a few laughs." but also making a shit ton of noise because he's crawling through an air vent. Weird continuity errors. Somehow Carl and all them are now down below them, even though we saw him jump down a vent. Oh, he's right. He's above us. Interesting. Carl opens up fire on the vent. Shoot one more vent over, and this whole thing's done, my guy. We see.
Yeah, he just stops.
Inside the vent, we have the bullet holes like right up to his head. Whew. Dodge through that one. He's getting ready to fire through the last one, only for another terrorist to say, "Nah, we got the 5-0 is here." Reginald Johnson, whose by the way name is Al in this movie, we did not mention, pulls up to the building, keeping it pretty casual. Hans Gruber, Alan Rickman, calls down to not Huey Lewis down at the front desk. Makes a comment. He's like, "Hey, I figured you'd be calling me." He's like, "Just play it cool." He lets him in. "Good evening, officer. What can I do for you?" Mentions, "Yeah, I know we had that stupid fire alarm. We just updated this entire system. If you're asking me, it probably called you on another wild goose chase." He sits down behind the desk. He's got like some football game going. Well, why don't you look up the inflation rate on what $50 is? Because that's the one thing I forgot to do. He makes the comment, he's like, "Oh man, I have $50 on this game."
Yeah.
I'm going to say it's probably about $112 if you had to ask me. If 74 cents is $2. But Al asks, "Hey, can I walk around a bit?" And he goes, "Yeah, man, but knock yourself out. Plays it very aloof. He's kind of walking around the lobby. It's hella quiet. We get that point where he's like right about to turn a corner, and we see like a man holding a machine gun, just like we just see the tip of... Oh, go ahead.
It'd be about $196.
Oh, damn. I was way off. I said 112. $200 on a game is bananas. But degenerate gambling, guys. Don't do it. There's an app for that now. But right as he's about to turn the corner, we see the man holding the machine gun. And he goes, "The hell with this. Everything's fine. Hey, not Huey Lewis. Sorry I disrupted you." And he goes, "Oh, no, man. Hey, don't worry about it. Just doing your job," kind of thing. Locks the door behind him. John's out looking out the window. He's like, "Come on, where's the fucking cavalry, man? Where's the cavalry?" Right as this is happening, two terrorists pop in behind him. The one guy pulls out the gun. John has the gun on him. "Don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot." Only for like him to jump out of the way as another guy pulls the machine gun out. Bruce Willis kills the second guy immediately, and he's under this long conference table. The next terrorist jumps up on the table, and instead of just firing down the table, he does a spurt as McClane is scooting down the table. Another spurt as he's scooting down the table. Another spurt. Only to get to the end of the table, and he's like, "You're out of the table. Next time you have a chance to kill somebody, don't hesitate." To which he goes, "Thanks for the advice," and unloads his clip right into the man's cock and balls. Just out right in the sweets.
Yeah.
We've dispatched of one. Great. Thanks for the advice. As Al gets into his car, he calls it, "Hey, yep, we got another bogus call out here. Oh, the weather outside is frightful. But delightful." Starts his car up as we see a body crash onto his car behind him. "Oh, shit." What is just like, "Mother of God, sweet Jesus."
Yeah, exactly.
Hits the car in reverse. Terrorists know the jig is up, so they start open firing on him too. He hits reverse, goes flying off that ledge in the plaza. Great image of the camera's looking up at John McClane, who's right in the glass hole that he just threw a dead body out of. "Welcome to the party, pal." Iconic.
My favorite line.
Yeah. Rickman assures his men, "Hey, this is all part of the plan. We knew the cops were going to get called eventually. The only issue is this happening just a little sooner than we wanted. Okay? All we got to do is take care of this guy. Everything will be okay." Cut to John chiming in on the radio, using everybody's names. "Hey, how's it going, Hans? He says everybody's name while he's also like going through the terrorist bag, another bag again, coming across the cigarettes. Oh, these are very bad for you. Pockets those for later. I know the whole jig, everything that's going on. Rickman makes a comment that he's just another American who's seen way too many movies thinking he's John Wayne. Bruce Willis says, I was kind of partial to Roy Rogers. I really like the sequin shirts. Rickman thinks he's like, do you think you can stop me, Mr. Cowboy? To which hits us with the iconic, not in the AFI Top 100 quotes of all time, by the way.
What a shame.
Probably a travesty, right?
Yeah,
I'm not saying it needs to be number one, but come on, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
It's iconic.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. You know, every once in a while they threaten to make a prequel to Die Hard. You know, I think that's a way of getting around Bruce Willis is getting old. Obviously, Bruce Willis is not exactly acting anymore. But they always threatened like a Chris Pine Die Hard remake. Not remake, but an actual prequel of him just being like a rookie NYC cop. And I always knew deep down in my heart that they were going to try to fit in a yippee-ki-yay motherfucker line. And just knowing the only reason why he even says that in every single movie is because Rickman calls him a cowboy this movie. Yeah. So that becomes his catchphrase in every single movie, is when he puts a punctuation on killing the final villain, it's yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Al radios in to John, and John tells him that but BT Dubs is a party line, and the neighbors got itchy trigger fingers. Here's what's going on. I have, there's like 10 terrorists left. They're all European. They're heavily financed. You know, why do you think they're European? He's like, well, you know, their taste in fashion. Also, they're cigarettes.
speaking some sort of German.
Yeah. Also, I can fucking listen.
His name is Hans.
Hans Gruber. I spelt Carl with a K on my arm, guys. Are you kidding me? He thinks they're very well financed because they have, you know, I'm a cop. I've seen enough fake IDs in my... I guess he never really says he's a cop. He's like, I've seen enough fake IDs in my time to know what a really nice, expensive one costs. But for the meantime, I can't tell you my name for the safety of myself and others. Right now, just call me Roy. Like Roy Rogers. Ha-ha.
Tip of the hat.
Yeah. I'm not wearing a sequin shirt, but I do have a pretty awesome white tank top that will be greasy green and black and red by the end of it. Very Christmas colors by the end of it, actually. Aha, Christmas movie.
Christmas underlining theme.
Yes. Also, by the way, I read that this should have been mentioned at the top. Do you know that this is based on a book? Either of you?
No.
This is based on a book that was written forever ago. They made an original movie of this. The original book was called The Detective. Frank Sinatra went on to play, there was different names. It wasn't a John McClane, but it was the main character of the Detective series. Frank Sinatra was that man. In Frank Sinatra's contract, if they ever made a sequel to the movie, he would get first refusal. So in 1988, Frank Sinatra, in his 60s, they legally have to come to him because they changed the name of the name Die Hard came from a different script that never got made. They were like, well, we don't like whatever the name of the book was called that this is based on. They were like, we don't like that name. Let's call it Die Hard because that just sounds...
Nothing Lasts Forever.
Yeah, that's
by
like a...
Roderick Thorpe.
That's like a diet James Bond title right there.
Exactly. That was my thought too. I was like, that sounds like a James Bond novel. Like
we don't like that name.
Ian Fleming novel.
Shane Black had floated the idea of calling it Die Hard, and they were like, the guy who made Lethal Weapon said we should call this Die Hard. That's BA. So we're going to call it Die Hard. Unfortunately, we have to go to a 60-year-old Frank Sinatra. Imagine him in this role. Hey, booby. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Obviously, he didn't do it. He said he was too old and too rich to do this movie. We're all better for it.
Yeah.
So finally, they offered this role to others like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He says no. which is why there's a dig at Arnold Schwarzenegger later in this movie.
And Sylvester Stallone. I cannot picture either of them.
Honestly, it makes sense that they offered it to those two because they were the
bit,
80s action stars at the time. Finally, they go to Bruce Willis, who's really mainly at the time just known for
TV, right?
Yes. What was the name of his show? Moonlighting with Sybil Shepherd.
Yeah.
Offered him $5 million, which was insane at the time. $5 million is $13.5 million our money.
Wow.
But it's for essentially your breakout role. Is they're like, we're all in on Bruce Willis. I guess like a lot of people were pissed that they were giving an unknown person $5 million. He wasn't unknown, but you know what I'm saying. Like, but Bruce Willis went on to say that he essentially reset the market in Hollywood. Suddenly, everybody was getting minimum $5 million because of him. I don't really remember why that tangent got brought out to me, but I felt like it needed to be brought up anyway. The deputy police chief rolls up pretty much just to fuck everything up. This is like the person they bring in, where it's like, okay, we need somebody who everything you say you know is wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, oh, we have Al talking with John McClane right now. Well, I think that guy is actually the terrorist, and you're talking to an actual terrorist this whole time. We should go in. Don't breach. We should breach. You know, it just everything this guy says, you know, is going to be the wrong decision.
Yeah, do the opposite.
I wrote in my notes, he's just there to fuck everything up. Al tells him he thinks he's a cop, and he goes, well, why would you think that? And he goes, well, he might not be LAPD, but he's definitely a badge. How do you know? Just because of the way, you know, I don't know, he can pick out a fake ID. And the guy's like, well, for all we know, he's a bartender at the Christmas party. Holly confronts Hans, lets him know, hey, like, he was like, we have an issue with the hostages, and Hans has like that line, like, what idiot put you in charge? And she goes, you did when you killed my boss. And he's like, whoa, the face he makes of just like, my God. Anywho, we have a pregnant woman out here, and like you see the panic look on his face, like, oh fuck. Don't worry, she's not due for a few weeks. However, she's sitting on a hard rock out there. Can we move her to an office where she can have a couch? And he goes, no, but I'll bring a couch out for you. Does that work? And she's, yes, but also you might want to take shifts taking people to the bathroom. Otherwise, it's going to get super messy. I'm sure the coke shits are going to start hitting soon. That's very nice. Sounds good. I understand. Mr. Takagi chose his people well. Mrs. She says Gennaro, and that's Ms., by the way. We've seen that she's already put the photo down. Thank God. You know, he's looking at the pictures of her family. Doesn't even think to lift the one that's put down up. I guess it wouldn't really matter right now because he doesn't know what John McClane looks like. But
yeah.
Al looks on in horror as the deputy police chief is now sending troops into breach. Rickman has his men kind of post up on the bottom floor. We have like two guys on the third floor with like ballistic rocket launchers.
That's how you know That's how you know they're well funded.
Yes, friggin' massive rocket launchers. Cops bring out these giant spotlights, only for them to start opening fire. The deputy police like, they're shooting at us, and the one guy next to him is like, it's panic fire. They can't see anything. And Al, to himself, goes, they're aiming for the lights. Only for them to shoot the lights out, and the deputy and the police chief is like, they're aiming for the lights. Like, looking around like, we all heard that I was the one who said that, right? All right, we're getting ready to breach. We're trying to fight. We're like welding the door open. Rickman radios down to his henchmen. Like, we get that one guy who like steals the candy bar, which is just like a fun little moment. Just like, we'll give one of these terrorists just like a little humorous moment of humanity. Where like he's like hiding. Goes, oh shit, is that a Crunch Bar? Oh hell yeah, Raisinets. Maybe Charleston shoes back here. We're sending in this giant battering ram RV, which it's kind of funny they bring that up because it doesn't even look like it can make it up the stairs. Like it gets to those steps in the plaza and gets all jammed up. Rickman orders them to fire that ballistic missile on them, shoots it, blows it up, kind of. Like he doesn't. And one more time with gusto. This time, shoot it again. McClane gets on the radio. Come on, Hans, you made your point. You made your point. No, open fire again. Decides that he came across that bag with C4 in it. Decides he's going to load it up into a computer, and then just drop it down the elevator shaft, which he does, blows up. For whatever reason, it stopped at the 3rd floor. That was interesting. Like, it looks like the entire downstairs gets blown up, but the 2 guys in the lobby are also fine.
Yeah.
So, for whatever reason, it looks like it blows the entire downstairs up, but it's really just the 3rd floor that gets decimated. John calls down to Al to see if everyone is all right. And, yeah, what the hell happened, Roy? And he goes, you know those plastic explosives I told you about? Those are the plastic explosives. The deputy takes over and the call, condemning John for what he's doing, saying he's like all this property damage he's doing. And then John makes the comment that he just got butt fucked on national television. Now give the radio back to the other guy, and then like the police chief's just kind of like,
he wants to talk to you.
Yeah. Al, is it Al Powell? Al Powell? I love Al takes the radio back and goes, "Hey Roy, how we feeling?"
Yeah, I love the dynamic between him and
pretty fucking unappreciated, Al.
Yeah.
Yes, and honestly, we need those moments too. Just whether it's not even like for, I mean, there are moments of levity after something crazy does happen, but then we're also building character. We're getting to know a little bit more about Al, and go ahead.
Yeah, both, but we're getting to know a little bit more about both characters between their interactions. I mean, there's some parts where John McClane is in a tense situation and he radios Al, and he's just like, Al's talking him off the ledge, like calming him down. Like, it's all
you're
right.
gonna tell her yourself. You're gonna tell her yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
We cut to a coked up Ellis. He's like doing bumps in the lobby. He's like, you know what? Fuck this. They're here to negotiate, and I'm just gonna wait around for your husband to get us all killed. Holly's like, don't be a fucking idiot, Ellis. And he goes, fucking idiot's my middle name, baby.
Okay, don't be a hero then.
He goes into the office where Hans is at. Hey, you guys sprechen Sie Tag? I love the moment where like Carl's back is to him because he's like, Hans is at the desk. Carl's back, and he like goes to reach for his gun, and Hans like does the like nods his head like, no, let's see what this fucking dork has to say. Just give me a second. He comes, he's like, hey, what can I say? I'm looking around. You guys seem to, you're a classy operation here. Like, obviously you're not up here just to lift a couple purses. And Rickman's like, you figured that all out all on your own? Like, just, he's like, hey, come on. I'm a business guy. I negotiate for a living. This guy,
he's like, you guys use guns. I use a pen.
Yeah. Hey, what can I say? Hans, Booby, I'm your white knight. This guy, John, I know him. I can get you him. All it's going to take is a 12-ounce Coke, and I'm all you. You can get it? He needs a little bit more Coke. Ha ha ha. I don't know if that's why he wanted the Coke, but anywho. We get that silly smile from him, just like, all right, get him on the radio. Hans radios to John, calling him by his full name, Mr. John McClane. Should I say Mr. McClane? Says his, police of the NYC. Tells him he has somebody here to talk to him, and John's freaking out, thinking, okay, he's figured Holly out. This is bad. He now has my wife, only for Ellis's dumb voice to come over the radio. Hey, John, what are you doing up there? You're really making it hard for everybody down here. He goes, Ellis, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, no, what did you tell him? He's like, come on, relax. I told him that we've known each other since high school, and you were my invite on the party. That's it. Everything's fine. And like, he's on the point. He like gives Hans the thumbs up.
We're good.
Like we all can't hear what's going. Like, it'd be funny if like he was just on the phone. John yells over the radio. He's like, put Hans back on. He lets him know, hey, I've never met this man before in my life before today. This guy's just being a fucking idiot. He doesn't know what kind of person you are, but I do. And then just goes radio silent. He's like, I can't help this guy. Only like Ellis kind of like, fucking crazy John, man. Now he John? Cut to Hans, just like shoots him in the head. Everybody freaks out. Hans goes outside. holds the walkie so John can hear all the people screaming over the walkie, and he goes, you ready to give me back my detonators, or should I find another one to kill? Maybe I'll find one that you care about, actually. Meanwhile, the police are out there just like, you let that man die in there. Al's got his back, just being like, listen, we all heard the same conversation. He had no choice. If he would have stopped what he was doing, they'd both be dead right now, and now it's just one less cokehead in the world. Hans then calls down to the police and demands that 21 terrorists be freed from their captors, but it's like all bullshit. He's like naming different like factions. In Canada, these 6 people like Asian Dawn, and like Carl's like, Asian Dawn? I don't know. I read about it on Time magazine. It's just all a bunch of bullshit to get them, distracted. And then at the end, I want helicopters to pick all of us up with the hostages to fly us to the airport for further instructions, and you have 2 hours to comply, and then hangs up. But guys, luckily the FBI is here. We got Agent Johnson and we got Special Agent Johnson. No relation.
The other one.
By the way, I believe they're credited as Little Johnson and Big Johnson. And then you also have Reginald Vell Johnson in there too. So we're just Johnsons are swinging everywhere. Obviously, Robert Davi playing Special Agent Johnson, who is a Bond villain that maybe we'll talk about later. Who knows? Who can say? I can't. I love when the FBI does show up, though. The deputy police chief's like, oh my god, the FBI's here. And he's like doing his hair and shit, and Al's like, you want a breath mint? Hans goes up looking for the detonators, because he's, obviously we need those to blow up the roof at the end. And they're like in this weird wiring room that's almost like a boiler room-esque. Like, not to take it back to, but like there's just like a shit ton of unnecessary steam, it feels like, billowing out of this room.
Yeah, they do say, I read an article from a guy who speaks German, and they actually get the wording wrong in German, but it is like boiler house is what it stands for. Yeah.
He goes looking for the detonators. He like has a gun with him, kind of like puts it on a shelf. He's kind of looking and snooping. He jumps down, and we see like that great shot of just like John's bare feet. And he looks up, and he's holding the machine. He goes, how you doing? Oh, no, you're one of them. He does like this fake American accent, which I read wasn't originally in the script, but Rickman was like doing his LA voice with everybody. It was his first movie, so he's doing this LA voice with everybody. And they're like, hey, we love that. We should try to fit that into the movie, that he just does an American accent. And they thought it would be better that there was like this weird cat and mouse. It's not weird. It's actually a really great scene. Like this cat and mouse of like, does he know? Does he not know? He pretends to be like another hostage that he heard gunfiring, and just like John, he went hiding somewhere. And now I'm trying to get to the roof. Figure I could signal for help. It's just this way if you want to follow me. Like, obviously we see that that shot of the gun is on the shelf. He goes, no, man, roof ain't nothing. Stick with me, you'll be all right. I love he like opens his pack. He's only got the 2 soft pack of cigarettes left. Do you smoke? Yeah. He gives him a cigarette. All right, fuck it. I'll give you my little health cigarette. They light it up, but I like how you can see that they're like hindsight. We now know that they're both like eyeing each other up and down, but like the image of like Rickman like smoking the cigarette and seeing just how like this guy who's been foiling them this entire time, he's like barefoot, it's all grungy, looks like a fucking like,
this scene is one of my favorites.
Yes,
throughout the whole movie, just like the little back and forth, and Alan Rickman's like his smile that he does and his laugh is just like, okay, that's kind of convincing. Like, yeah, I would probably take him as a hostage, But then,
hey, my name's John. What's yours?
Clay.
Bill Clay.
It's like,
no.
You know how to use a handgun, Bill?
Yeah. I mean, I went to one of those places, where the place where you shoot and it shoots out the red paint.
He's like, I spent a week at a combat ranch once. You're like, whoa, okay.
Those games, you shoot the paint. He goes, well, this is the real thing, all right? Okay. Immediately, he gives him the gun. We get that great scene of like it's just the feet, the duality of like the nice coiffed shoes and then just the dirty little flippers on the like suctioning cupping off the terrible floor.
The tile floor.
Where he drops the cigarette and he puts it out, only for them to pull the gun that he was just given, and Walkie, in German, I'm assuming just saying, I'm on this floor. Pretty much. Radios his location in German. Tells him to drop the gun and give me the detonators. And he's like, oh, it's pretty good, Hans. I didn't see that one coming. Kind of thing. Like, what do you need the detonators for? I've already used your C4. And he goes, oh, did you? As McClane gets closer and closer to him. And he goes, give me the detonators. He's like, you're going to have to take them from me, just like you did Takagi. Only for him to pull the trigger. Oh, what? Oh, no fucking bullets. Oh, think I'm fucking stupid, Hans? Always love that line, too, where he, like, takes the gun and, like, does the forehead, like, what, you think I'm fucking stupid, Hans?
Yeah.
Only for the elevator to ding. Gruber, you were saying? Oh, shit.
I like how John McClane was like, that's a tricky accent you got there. Like, yeah, there's that LA voice.
Yeah. Oh, God. You're one of them, aren't you? Oh. So, it makes me laugh every time, because everyone... It's just funny to think everyone on set was like, my God, that's such a good accent. But
yeah,
my entire life, I'm like, what the fuck is this guy yelling? You're one of them. Carl and two other terrorists pop out of the elevator, and John opens fire, spraying. Kills one immediately. Never be the second guy, guys. You're always killed immediately in this movie. Second guy to pop out, dead immediately. And books it into like a glass office where all these computers are and stuff. He kills another one, and we get like this great, like, very stunty scene of like a guy getting shot in the legs and then like slow-mo falling and like smashing through the glass. I did always think it was funny. Hans is telling Carl, "Schneiden dem Fenster," and he goes, "Huh? Brother, you're German." He just said shoot the glass in German, and you're like, come again? so he tells him to shoot the glass in German. Carl goes, what's that now? And he goes, shoot the glass. To which they open fire, absolutely destroy this office he's in, which we know, obviously, Hans sees that he doesn't have shoes on, so he's just in this office surrounded by a bunch of broken glass everywhere. He kind of mystery man escapes. By the way, like, they open fire, we see that John sees the exit, and then Carl breaks into the office, and he's gone. Poof! Magic Man. He cuts the shit out of his feet before leaving but he also left the detonators in the process. Hans and Carl go back down into the lobby, and we see Carl is like breaking shit with his gun, getting pissed off, and like the pregnant lady makes, that man is really pissed, and she goes, yeah, and John's still alive. Well, how do you know? And he goes, trust me. that man is frustrated. And I'm just like, Al calls in. John's telling him, hey, cross 2 more bad guys off the list, as he's like picking chunks of glass out of his feet. Like, blood really pooling, by the way. I do like how he escapes that glass room, and then instead of like going after him, they just like, we'll get him later. And they go back down in the lobby. Like, why didn't you follow pursuit? You know that he's walking on damaged feet now.
Yeah, and he leaves a huge blood trail into the bathroom.
Just absolutely pooling in the doorway. They open up, and they talk about how Al kind of became a desk jockey because while he was out on assignment, he makes, you got flat feet or something? Why are you, he's like, one time.
I've seen the way you drive.
I can't imagine. He's like, nah, I used to be out on patrol. It was dark, and I killed a kid. He had like a toy gun. It looked real to me. Ever since then, I kind of haven't had the nerve to pull my gun on anybody anymore. John says, dude, sorry I fucked up. I was like making a joke about how you're a dork and how you like have this like insanely sad backstory. That's my bad. And he goes, oh, well, if you really want to feel bad, just know that we're not in charge anymore. The FBI is now in charge. Cut to Walker, Texas Ranger is now broken through 6 of the 7 locks. But he can't get through the 7th one. It's going to take a miracle because honestly, we kind of just need like a power surge. And he goes, cut to Hans just being like, "For that, gentleman, I give you the FBI." Immediately, we see the FBI is like talking to like the power company, being like, "Shut down the entire power to this grid." Al makes the comment to John. He's like, "The FBI is running the American terrorist handbook,
Playbook,
and they're running
yeah.
it play by play by play. So obviously, we're going to shut the power off." Which they do. We get the power grid goes out. No, 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 no. Ode to Joy starts playing loudly as like the vault opens up, because all it needed was just a little quick power surge. Walker texts her like, "Merry Christmas," as it opens up. Cut to the FBI agents like being like, "Oh man, I bet they're shitting their pants right now." Like they're in there like looking at all the spoils that they just got, like all of those bail bonds. There's like a bunch of cool antiquities in there.
All the samurai armor.
Mm-hmm. No.
Yeah.
Special Agent Johnson, he gets on the phone. No, the other one. He calls in a fully loaded chopper to pick them up because they're actually going to start blasting their way through. Hans calls in, and Johnson tells them that their demands are met and their choppers are on the way. Hans says that, okay, now we're just going to... last phase of our plan, we're going to have all the hostages go up to the roof. We're going to blow up the roof. And before they can figure out what happened, we'll be on a beach earning 20%. John calls Al. He's like, "I got a really bad fucking feeling, man. I feel like some bad shit's about to happen. There's only so much I can do. What I want you to do is I want you to find my wife. By the time this is all over, you'll know who she is. You'll be able to find her. I want you to tell her that I'm a piece of shit, essentially. I fucked up, and I never said sorry. I want you to tell her, Holly, I'm sorry." He didn't say her name, but tell her John says he's sorry. To which Al's like, "Man, you shut your mouth. You're going to tell her yourself. You're going to get out of this. You're going to tell her yourself. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, man." John has an idea. He's like, "Wait a second. Okay, I just figured something out. What was Hans doing in that room looking for something? Al, I need you to not call me for a second. I need you to, obviously, we have a party line here. I'll radio when I need you. I need you to stay off comms for a minute. I need to go back to this room where, what were you looking for, Hans? What were you looking for?" Only to find a massive amount of explosives up on the roof. He tries to call Al, saying, "It's a double cross, it's a double cross." But Carl has the machine gun right at his head. To which they don't really use the gun. They just are going to kung fu wrestle for a little bit.
Yeah.
This is when we start. We got like 25 minutes of the movie left, so now we got to try to wrap things up. We still got all these terrorists here. So we're just starting to cross-cut between like 3 different scenes at once. We got John and Carl fighting. We see the FBI's agents are like in the chopper.
And the part that just to me doesn't really fit or doesn't matter is the whole news station media coverage.
Yeah, which is honestly kind of why I'm not even bringing it up, because it really.
But it takes away from what's going on right now. They show up at her house and is hassling her housekeeper.
"You let me in, or I'm calling INS, comprende?"
And it's just like, you're like, what are you doing, and why?
And honestly,
and why
the whole thing is like, we're obviously we see just like, there's 2 parents that are in this, plaza where this is happening, and then we get the kids doing, "Mommy, come home." To which Hans is like immediately like, "Oh, they're clearly talking about Holly Gennaro," and
yeah, it's just such a throwaway storyline. I'm like, I don't, why even?
I feel like we cut this out and we just have him finally realize that there's a photo down, and him lift it up and see that it's the family photo of the 2 kids with Holly and McClane.
Yeah.
Which is what happens. She's like, "Oh, nice to meet you, Mrs. McClane." Like, pulls the gun out, fires it. No. Has everybody go up to the roof while we keep coming back to Carl and McClane wrestling. We see, like, he's like, "Oh, Holly, you're coming with me. We're going to the vault." She, like, weirdly loses respect for him because it's all about money. Like, she's like, "All this was just about money? You're just a thief?" And he goes, "I'm an exceptional thief, Miss Holly. Miss McClane, and if now that we're adding kidnapping to the problem, I think you should shut your fucking mouth," kind of thing. John finally dispatches Carl by wrapping his neck in chains and just kind of leaves him out hanging. John goes up to the roof by killing the candy bar terrorist. We just got a bunch of hostages running around. We got the FBI agents in like choppers with like Robert Davi's got his hat backwards. He got a giant sniper. This is just like fucking Saigon, baby. Other Johnson's like, I was in junior high, dickhead.
Yeah.
Just he gets to the roof. He's like, where's my wife? Everyone's like, oh, they have Holly down in the vault. And he goes, y'all need to get the fuck off the roof right fucking now. Nobody wants to listen. It's like this weird mob mentality. Everyone's just panicking. So he finally he starts shooting in the air. Go the other fucking way. Obviously, the FBI choppers see him shooting a machine gun on the roof. Go, there's one of the terrorists now. Start killing him. They open fire on him. The people panic. They come back downstairs. Not Huey Lewis is up there with Hans Gruber, and he goes, hey, I don't know what's going on, but they're coming down. Fine. Blow up the roof. Well, this will all be over anyway. He blows the roof, but not before John McClane wraps himself with the hose. I love how he's like, dear God, this is the fucking dumbest thing I've ever fucking done.
You're like, yeah, it is pretty stupid.
Jumps off the roof right as it explodes. Great slow-mo action sequence. Boom, boom, boom. The explosion inadvertently causes the FBI chopper to explode, to which the deputy chief down below is like, we're going to need some new FBI agents. He goes down, swinging in, uses his gun to swing in, shoots through a window, breaks in. Easy peasy. No biggie. I love, he's just like looking around. He looks the absolute worst. Like he's been in like 4 different explosions. His feet are all bloodied up and bandaged up, but like half-ass bandaged up with like pairs of his pants that like wrapped up. But he still takes a moment to be cheeky. You know, he takes his gun out, realizes he only has 2 bullets. And then we get that mischief music, ching, 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 to which we see some Christmas tape. Meanwhile, down in the garage, Walker Texas Ranger's trying to escape. He gets in an ambulance that was clearly hidden in the back of that box truck. Luckily, Hero Argyle just T-bones him and then gets out and just like cocks him in the face, knocks him out. Boom. Easy. Now we only have Hans Gruber and not Huey Lewis left as far as terrorists go. John comes in to the office. There's like the great shot of like the fire behind him. Hans! You know, very Star Trek con-ish. Like, and he's just like limping in with this machine gun. Holly sees him and she's like, fuck me, dude. You look like shit. Hey, honey. How you doing? Hans lets him know. He's like, I don't understand. Why did you blow the roof if you didn't need to? And he says, easy. You know, if I steal $600, nobody cares. If you steal $600 million, people are going to come looking for you. But if they think you're dead, they're not going to look for you. He makes John throw his machine gun down, you know, to which John then puts his hands over his head. Hans calls him a cowboy again. He goes, this time John Wayne doesn't get to ride off into the sunset with Grace Kelly. To which he says, that's Gary Cooper, asshole. Which is a reference to High Noon, a film we did on our AFI podcast.
Heck yeah.
It was the last Yippee-Ki-Yay and Western we did on that podcast. To which Hans goes, yeah, what was that thing you said to me? Oh, yes. Yippee-Ki-Yay, motherfucker. He says motherfucker so fun in this one. Motherfucker. And he like daintily pulls the gun out. Only for McClane to start laughing maniacally, to which we get the mischief music again. We see that he has his gun taped to his back He goes, pulls it out. One bullet shoots Hans in the shoulder, and the other one shoots not Huey Lewis in the head. Domes him.
Right between the eyes.
And then does the cool cowboy. Blows on his happy trails, Hans. We see Hans is stutter stepping backwards. Breaks through the window behind him, but unfortunately he's still holding on to one Holly McClane. So he's now dangling off the roof. Not the roof, but you know what I'm saying, off the side of the building. John runs over. They're frantically going for the watch because that's what he's holding on, that expensive ass Rolex. Hey, he never got a good look at it, unfortunately.
No.
Undoes the watch, like as he's pulling his gun out ready to shoot. It's been very much told many times before. They told Rickman they had him on the stunt rig to actually drop him. We're going to drop you on 3. JK, they dropped him on 1. So that surprised look in his face is him truly being dropped. Oh, fuck. They undo the watch. He goes falling, and now it's Christmas time, guys, because it's only Christmas when Hans Gruber falls off Nakatomi Plaza.
Yeah.
We get that great shot of him just falling. The police deputy chief is just like, I hope that wasn't a hostage. Blah. The plaza's absolutely completely destroyed. Everyone's safe. We kind of roll out. We all got like the Are You Okay blankets that they give everybody after every hostage movie. Just like the classic.
Yeah.
And it's probably 80 degrees in LA right now, but here, have a blanket. It'll make you feel better. Al and McClane lock eyes, and they just know that's my boy. They go over and they have like the embracing hug. We did it. Hey, Holly. This is my wife, Holly. Meet Al. We go way back. Like 2 hours.
Yeah.
You got yourself a good...
He told me the ingredients of the Twinkie.
Do I remember them? No. Yellow dye number 5. I remember that one.
Yeah.
Everything a growing boy needs. Only for a woman to scream. We see somebody gave a hostage blanket to friggin' Carl, guys. Why did you... Like, he's wrapped in a blanket, throws it off, pulls his machine gun out, goes to shoot at McClane only for somebody else to intervene. We get the gun barrel killing Carl. Camera zooms out and we see Carl Winslow holding a gun going, "Get out of my house, Steve!" He saved the day. Everything's okay. Guys, movie fucking over. Like, he's got the gun out. Argyle breaks through the garage and turns his gun. He goes, "Hey, it's okay. This one's with me. This guy's with me." Argyle pulls up and he goes, "Let me get the door for you, Mr. and Mrs. McClane. If this is Christmas, I'd love to see what happens on New Year's." As they share a kiss while Let It Snow plays. Beautiful film.
End scene.
End scene. And I believe that's almost exactly how the second one ends too. Where they're at the airport and she goes, "Why does this keep happening to us?" And then I believe Let It Snow is also playing as they're getting in the car during the credits. It's not until the third one that they decide, why are we only doing this on Christmas time? But
I love it.
I love it too. It's a lot of fun. I know that there's the people who refuse to admit that it's a Christmas movie. This isn't one of those that, like, it hurts my feelings. Like, I keep saying hurt my feelings. That's not ever a thing. But just, like, if that's the hill you want to die on, that's fine. But, like, come on.
But there's so many Christmas themes in this movie. Like, you can't possibly ignore it. Like,
this is also, like, the movie that, to me, kicks off Christmas season. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's usually, like, the first one I do watch, where it's like, okay, now we're going to knuckle down and start watching some Christmas movies. But first, I got to see Bruce Willis just blow shit up.
Hard.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, there was a list I was looking at, and it was like, what dictates a Christmas movie? And it was like, it has to take place around Christmas time. There has to be, like, the whole reason the movie happens is because it's Christmas time, okay? It's a Christmas party. Christmas themes throughout the whole movie. Yeah, Christmas hat, now I have a machine gun, ho, ho, ho. Like,
check.
Christmas music is played multiple times.
Check.
What do you want? What else do you want?
There's Christmas presents in it.
You want fucking Tim Allen showing up in a Santa Claus suit?
Because it's not warm and fuzzy.
Yeah. Michael, do you care if this is a Christmas movie or not? Do you have any opinion? Would you consider this a Christmas movie?
I mean, it's got the elements. I mean, just let people like do what they want. Yeah. You know, it's like if someone wants to call it Christmas movie. Cool beans. What doesn't impact you? You know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when I work with this one guy who's just like, it's not. I don't know why people say it. And I'm just like, I could argue with you, but like, I don't. Like, this isn't the hill that, like I said, if you want to die on that hill, that's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just let people have their joy, man.
And then there's always like, well, if Die Hard's a Christmas movie, then Lethal Weapon's a okay.
Well, there you go.
It's a fun Christmas movie. You said it, not me. I argue Die Hard's more of a Christmas movie because like the Christmas actually plays a plot. Lethal Weapon is just December.
Yeah.
So there's Christmas decorations up.
Yeah.
But, anywho, I love it. I love that we did this around Christmas time. Like it, I feel like if we just did there's like only so much you can really talk about, like doing Christmas movies in a row. So I love the picks that we did. Like we did break it up pretty. Like we got 2 legit Christmas movies we're doing, and then 2 Christmas adjacent movies we're doing. Does that segue into what we're doing next week? It can be. Is there anything else we need to talk about with Die Hard?
No, love it. I love John McClane.
I do too. Yeah.
A real hero.
I wish they would have either just not made that 5th one, or if he would have just made one more that was good. You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that we're ending on such like the worst note. A Good Day to Die Hard, I believe, is that the name of the movie? Oh,
sounds right.
He's in Russia and like he says, "I'm on vacation" like 25 times in the movie. It's pretty abysmal. They were trying to make Jai Courtney a thing.
I think I might have to go back and watch most of these.
Oh, okay, most of them, yes.
Yeah, because like I don't like 1 and 2. I have a good memory of, but anything after that, like I'm like I think I've only seen them like 1 time. So
the third one is interesting because obviously the second one takes place at the airport, so it's another confined area. You know, the third one takes place all over New York City, with Jeremy Irons he reveals that he's Hans Gruber's brother, kind of thing. So it's kind of like a silly, why is the villain doing what he's doing? But like Jeremy Irons is still very good in this movie. But like it's interesting seeing him not just confined, to a complex. So he's like spread, and then he's obviously teamed up with Sam Jackson.
Yeah.
And then in the 4th one, it's like all internet viruses. Timothy Oliphant's the bad guy. Justin Long is like the sidekick that McClane has the whole movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I find that one fun. People don't like it, but that's also one where it's just like, I get it. I'm in the minority about it. But honestly, that's probably the one I watch the second most. They also have like it's PG-13, so they can't say motherfucker. So like when he says it, like he's got the bad guy behind him, and he's got the gun on his chest, and he goes, "I say yippee-ki-yay," and then like he pulls the trigger, so you can't hear him say motherfucker. That is kind of disappointing, but what are you gonna do?
Which is better than like ad-libbing a freaking PG Disney
like
insult.
Mr. Falcon. The famously yippee-ki-yay Mr. Falcon is the TV edit of this movie. Yes.
That's almost as bad. Yeah, that one example I told you when I was watching Pineapple Express. Call someone a casserole and call him instead of an asshole. I'm like, just get rid of it,
Or double down and make him even weirder.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like if you're going to like be that weird about it, like go
lean
all
into
in.
it. Yeah.
But can't say it enough. I love this movie. I'm glad that we talked about it. It's a lot of fun. I'm starting to get into the season now. I'm dipping my toes in. Ooh, cold. I wish it was cold. Right now it's 74. I have a fan on. I'm sweating like a pig. But next week it's get colder, guys. Ooh. We're going to freezing ass Chicago. For 1990, I believe, one of our few 90 films that we've done. We are doing the Christmas classic Home Alone. Spoiler alert.
Wait.
They leave that boy at home.
Kevin. Yeah.
Kevin. Looking forward to it. What do you say we go ahead and cut print check the gate, guys?
See you guys.
See ya.